Hello, I'm Michael Walker, Secondary Digital Learning Specialist in Edina.
And I'm Jack Solansky, Instructional Technology Specialist in Edina.
And we're here to tell you a little bit about our eLearning2 District Media and Technology Services program, talking about why we're using technology in Edina, how students will be using their Chromebooks at school and in middle school, as well as how you can get support from us during this time. We recognize that over the last 12 months, the ramping up of understanding of how technology is used for all aspects of our lives have really grown. And this program is designed to provide a device for your student for learning as they go through the middle school years. So as we define eLearning2, there's three main tenets. One is to equip staff and students with the resources they need to unlock personalized learning, using technology to support digital age learning, to explore content, engage in that content, and then express their learning. The tools that we use to support digital age learning live in our portal, and that portal is used by both parents and students and staff to access the resources. For example, as a parent, you have access to schedules, attendance, final grades, and transportation information, as well as the ability to pay for things in the district through Infinite Campus, our student information system. The Schoology Learning Management System is our current system for students and teachers to learn, access resources, see current grades, and turn in assignments electronically. We use productivity tools through our Google suite of tools. And then there's also digital textbooks, databases, and other resources that are accessed through the portal for students to support their learning. We also define the other component is professional development for our staff. We've ramped up a lot of professional development throughout the last few years with the eLearning2 program for our teachers being able to utilize the tools to support learning in Edina. And obviously with COVID, we've had increased ramping up of that, utilizing our time on Wednesdays for professional development to support staff and to help make the learning experience as best as it can be during these difficult times. One of the things we talk about in that professional development is the intentionality in the use of technology. When we're back face-to-face, hopefully next year, that intentionality will be increased as we're thinking about that face-to-face learning environment as opposed to our distance learning environment. But we ask teachers to think about why they're using the tool, how often is it being used, and then what happens if there is misuse in the classroom. And by having those conversations and teachers having a good concept around those three questions, that kind of supports their intentional use of technology. We also have them publish norms. And so within their classrooms, you're going to see posters such as this that include the norms and expectations that we have for students in their use of technology, both in the building as well as outside of the building while they're distance learning. The last component is those tools to support students and teachers in exploring, engaging, and expressing their learning through digital age learning. And so Jack is going to talk now a little bit about those specific tools that we provide middle school students.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. So in 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade, and in middle school, we do require that students use a district-provided Chromebook. And we've aligned this with our learning initiative for a couple of reasons that are listed here. It gives us greater oversight and of what their student is accessing. It gives our students consistency as well as our teaching staff and tech support staff and troubleshooting. We believe it aligns with our mission better. It provides a decreased cost to our families. And it also allows the distinction between personal device and a device for education, which can be important at home.
And that device then, Jack, is only used for schoolwork, right? And doesn't allow for personal accounts, for example, to be signed in on.
Yep. So on the district-provided learning device, there are a couple of distinctions. Chromebooks are only allowed to be signed in with an @isd273.org account, which is something that your student has been provided if they've attended Edina public schools in the past. Another example of a distinction would be the student can't clear their history. So if you would like to check up on what your student is accessing and have a conversation with them, you can sit down shoulder to shoulder, press Control H, or just view that history with your student and kind of see what's going on with them. There are also some other tools that are available with the district provided Chromebook, such as GoGuardian and GoGuardian Parent App, which we can talk about further on when we look at parent resources. So the next steps in getting our devices, it's been kind of a mixed year, so we're waiting until April of 2021 to get out some more information. But I guess that families, parents, and students do attend something called a boot camp session. This is going to be a mixed medium. So if we can get this in person, what we'd like to do is have a sit down with our parents and our students to have a Q&A session and talk about how technology is going to be used and managed in Edina Public Schools, as well as answer questions you might have in person. Again, those sessions will run over the summer, and hopefully we will be able to present them in multiple formats. So in person is definitely preferred, I think, for everyone at this point, but we will also do an online and an on-demand version as well. And we want to remind everybody that no phones should be used bell to bell within schools. So again, I kind of alluded to the online resources that we do have available. You can navigate to edinaschools.org/eLearning2, and you can learn about these various things like technology in the classroom, tech at home, parenting resources, and how to use the parent portal in Schoology. Do we want to talk about how to navigate that site, Mike?
Yeah, I can pull that up right here.
So this is just an overview of learning and technology and how we use these at school. I think the important things for families to check out first would be the parent resources on the left, which would just be a nice menu of options and kind of give some ideas such as planning documentation, some recommendations from various organizations around that. And then if you look at filtering and parental controls, something we've got implemented right now is something called the GoGuardian Parent App. Your student's device will have the GoGuardian extension installed on their Chromebook, and the GoGuardian Parent App, if you follow the information here, allows you to have a high-level overview of your student's browsing history on your mobile device. So that might be something you want to check out. And then if you want to scroll up a little bit, we can look at the distance learning resources, which kind of we talk about how to use some of our elements of our learning ecosystem. So you click on distance learning on the left there, and then learn more on the EPS distance learning dashboard is the link you want to follow, which should take you to the technology dashboard. And here we've got an overview of some more information about how you can get support and then some of the specific tools and how those are used as well.
As parents are moving into the middle schools where the student gradebook will be in Schoology, seeing the information here on how to access things as a parent and what to view, there's some videos linked here, as well as being able to set up notifications for yourself, either on a daily basis or a weekly basis, so that you can see how your child is doing and even get email notifications if your child hasn't turned in an assignment on time.
And that'd be like an example of a topic we'll cover at that boot camp. So we want to make sure that we answer your questions individually as well as they come up.
Exactly. So again, you see Jack's contact information. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to him. You can also reach out to me. My contact information is on that eLearning Squared page. We'll be happy to assist you and help your child be as successful as possible at the middle school.
And we look forward to seeing you in person.
All right. Take care, everybody.